Hey guys, it's JFCMsnakes here, and today I will be doing a video on carpet python care. As you know, I recently got my carpet python rug, and so I thought today I'd do a little care video on this. I never claim to be an expert in any of these videos, however the ways I show you do work, and it's how I prefer to keep my animals. There are many other ways to keep these animals, and so I'd just like to point that out before I get into this video. So yeah, we'll get into it now. Enjoy the video. Okay guys, starting off inside the enclosure, I'd just like to talk to you about what I've exactly got in here. The first thing I've got is this Komodo vine, and the reason I've got this is because carpet pythons are an arboreal species, or semi-arboreal as some people like to call it. So these are a species of python that enjoy climbing and will spend a lot of their time up high on branches. So I would say it was probably a necessity that you have something where they can climb or something like that. Next up, as you can see, is this hide. This is actually his warm hide here, and as you can see, he's just saying hello down here. This is his warm hide, and temperatures in here are, well, it says 91.3 on the hygrometer, on the thermostat. So, and then I've got another thermostat down here, which is reading, I don't know how I can see, but it's reading about high 80s. So high 80s, 90 is kind of the temperature you're wanting to be aiming for. So that's the warm hide. In the middle here, you can see I have a water bowl, and it takes up quite a lot of the enclosure, and that is just to try and keep humidities up. The humidity you're going to want to be aiming for in a carpet python tank is around 60 to 70%, and you might want to increase that up to about 80 when they're in shed. This will just ensure that they have a nice clean shed and they don't encounter any problems. On the far side of the tank, we have an exact copy of the hide we have on the warm side, and this is the cool place for the carpet python to go. So this is all for thermoregulation. When the snake gets too hot, it goes there to cool down, and vice versa. So that's it inside the cage. I'm just going to move on to the substrate that I use. Okay, so this is the substrate that I use. This is a bark chip, well, this is a beech chip, sorry, that I use. However, there are many substrates that would work. Aspen would probably be okay if you can provide a moist hide and get the humidities up. Things like cypress mulch or reptile bark would also work. And I think carpet pythons make very great pets and snakes. Now we're going to move on to feeding. So I'm just going to move this guy out of the way. This is him. This is Rug. Say hello. If you want to see a bit more on him, you can go and watch the new carpet python video that I did. He's really cool, really nice. And I think he's settling in well. He recently took a small mouse for me, so that's getting good. Okay guys, just before I move on to feeding, I'd just like to talk about enclosure size. For hatchlings, a 9 litre rub will be perfectly fine. It provides good height for climbing, and it has generally good roaming around space. After this, you can move into a miniature viv, which are the 23-inch ones. I would typically stay away from vivs until they're fully grown though, or big enough to go into a fully sized viv, just because they're expensive. The next size up from this, which I think I'll be doing, will be the 33 litre high rubs, because they also provide good height and have more general ground space. After that though, you can move into something like that, which is a 3 foot, this is a 38 inch, it's just over 3 foot. This is a 38 inch vivarium, so you can move into something like this. This is currently housing a corn snake, but you can move into something like that and make sure you're providing good height for climbing, etc. But now we'll move on to feeding. So now we are down by my freezer, and I'm just going to take out what food I use for him at the moment and what he will probably move on to. This is this is my rat drawer. that I use. Sorry guys. Okay, so this is my rat drawer here, and in here I have a different variety of white rats. Not that I choose them to be white, they just all are. And in here I have 3 complete different sizes. Okay, so the smallest ones I have, I'll line them up and then I'll get back to the video. Okay guys, so these are my 3 sizes of rat and mouse. These 2 are rats, this one is just a mouse, and this is the kind of size that I'm feeding to Rug. These are about that thick, so about the same thickness of my pinky, and they're about 3 inches long, excluding the tail. And then we've got this one, which he will be on next, and then finally this one, and then he'll finally be on to probably jumbo rats if he gets as big as I think he'll get. Obviously carpet pythons, depending on the locality, can get up to about 9 foot if you get in a coastal. However, jungles and things like that will stay about 6 or 7. So if he stays about 6 or 7 foot, he should be on jumbo rats, I do believe. However, for now he's on these small mice that he takes down with pretty much ease, and he's getting onto these pretty well. Next, he will be making the switch to rats, which are these about 4-inch, 5-inch small wieners, and then finally we have these 6-inch, something like that, 6-inch, 7-inch large wieners, and then finally I'll be onto the 8 or 9-inch large or jumbo wieners. So that concludes feeding, and we'll go back up there now to the tub. Okay guys, this concludes this JFCMsnakes video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to check the channel often, as I do new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you feel like I missed anything out or have any questions, please leave it in the comment sections below, and I'll do my best to answer and reply. I'm on YouTube a lot, so I should get back within probably about an hour at the latest. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, like and subscribe, and it's been good. Just showing you one last shot of Rug. He likes to climb. But yep, thanks for watching. It's been JFCMsnakes.